II veteran has come out as transgender at the age of 90, despite knowing she was a woman since just 3 years old. Patricia Davies said she had lived in fear of people abusing her if they found out, but had now had a new lease on life, after telling friends and neighbours about her identity. Patricia, from a village in Leicestershire, said, "It feels like a weight has been lifted off my shoulders. I was living a lie." She said she was now wearing the clothes that she wanted to, as well as taking female hormones to change her body to match her gender identity. The 90-year-old said, "I have been keeping quiet. I have slowly started to tell some of my neighbours. Everybody said don't worry, as long as you're happy." The retired industrial photographer, who served in the army between April 1945 to 1948, said she had tried wearing women's shoes before but had been subject to abuse from teenagers. During her time in the armed forces, she served in the Far East, India, East Africa and Palestine. She said, "I was 60 when it all came pouring out to my wife. She was very sympathetic and helped me all the way, but we agreed to keep it quiet. I had to keep my mouth shut about being transgender. You couldn't flaunt that, as that would have been a disaster. Transgender wasn't really known in those days. I would have been classed as homosexual, which would have caused problems in the army. I would have ended up in prison. But I got through it." Patricia was married to her wife for 63 years, but she sadly passed away 6 years ago. "She used to buy me jewelry and she would call me Patricia. I kept it a complete secret. When I first came out to my wife, I started to wear female shoes. Some teenagers spotted it and started hurling abuse. They used to often throw eggs at my windows too. They did it so much I had to get the police involved. But they have grown up and gone now, thankfully." Patricia said that people thought she was weird and bonkers but had learned not to care. She said, "I feel quite relieved, quite happy. The best thing about coming out is being accepted as a woman. That has been something I've wanted all of my life." Patricia said she had been worried about the way people would react to her true identity. She said, "The atmosphere around being transgender was not safe. People did not understand what transgender was. Really, even the medical profession didn't understand it, as the treatment was to give you the electric shock treatment. They thought they could make you better. They didn't realize it was something that you could not cure. Because of the general hostility of people, I kept quiet. It wasn't until recently that I felt safe to come out, and I felt an overwhelming desire that I wanted to break free. So I came out, and I've not